If you want to be more confident, you have to start becoming someone who asks themselves the hard questions. Here's the thing, oftentimes we are stuck in autopilot, just going on throughout our day, our week, our months, years. Year one passes, year two passes, and you're not getting honest with yourself. So the other day, I was journaling, as I always do, and I thought about a question that completely shifted the way that I show up for myself, that I respect myself, and that I set boundaries. And that one question is, what am I done tolerating? Okay, what am I done putting up with? Imagine if you asked yourself this question, what could change in 365 days? Maybe you would stop people pleasing. Maybe you'd stop over explaining yourself. Oftentimes, we switch into fixing mode, right? Like, I need to reinvent myself. I need to start doing things for myself, self-care, running, all of that, whatever. So that I can be more confident, so that I can feel more confident. The more that I do, the more confident that I am. But it's so important to get clear on the patterns that are in loop in your mind that are preventing you from stepping into your confidence, okay? So ask yourself this, what am I no longer willing to put up with, right? What have you allowed yourself that you don't want anymore? And I want you to notice the triggers, the frustrations that come up, the complaints, the things that just like irritate you, right? Like, I used to hate that I felt pressured to share an opinion right off the bat. And there was times that I couldn't even I hadn't even processed things, and I would just blab or overshare because I felt that I had to share the moment. Like if somebody was like, "Oh, how are you going to balance motherhood and your career?" And I'd be like, "Oh, I don't know. I just figured out that I got pregnant. Like, leave me alone," right? And I felt like I had to share something with someone. And then I remembered what happened when I stopped over explaining. And motherhood has been so much more peaceful because I don't feel the need to over explain myself. If somebody asks something and I don't know where I'm at, I just say, you know what? I haven't processed that yet. Can I get back to you? You get what you put up with in life, okay? So here's what I wrote down. When you put up with something below your standards, you reinforce the identity of the person who puts up with it. So maybe you've normalized being tired all the time, and you're just like, oh, I'm just constantly tired. And you haven't asked yourself, what am I done tolerating? Oh, maybe you eat out all the time. Maybe you don't eat enough protein. Maybe you put everyone before you, right? Maybe you cook for everyone, or maybe you're always running around and taking phone calls and you work 12-hour days and you don't even make time to eat breakfast in the morning, right? Of course you're going to be tired. Or maybe you're people pleasing and you feel frustrated and resentful to those people in your life. You feel resentful towards them, right? And so what would happen if you stopped people pleasing, stopped saying yes to everything you actually want to say no to? Or maybe you've normalized having an endless to-do list. You're like, I have to finish everything today. What would happen if you just focused on your top 3 priorities? Today, for me, that was home touring with my family. It was taking a call, one coaching call, not 5, right? Because it's a Sunday. I, first off, don't want to have to take 20 calls. It's my family day. So just one coaching call today and filming one video, an easy video, which is this one. So what have you normalized in your life? Maybe it's toxic friendships. Maybe it's time to find lifelong, life-giving friendships. Saying yes to something you don't want to do. Once you get clear on the list of what you are done tolerating, I want you to go ahead and pick 1 to 3 things that you want to focus on. So let's say you're not eating breakfast and that's keeping you tired and you feel drained and flustered because you don't have the right nutrients in your body. In the next 7 days, I want you to go ahead and start eating breakfast every day. Or maybe you always say yes to people, right? You're people pleasing all the time. You're saying yes even though you want to say no. How about for the next 7 days, you start saying no? Not today, not tomorrow, just a simple no, no explanation. And I know this is going to be uncomfortable because this is what happens when you step into a new identity. People know you as that, right? But you are trying to be more confident. And in order to be more confident, you have to let go of the things you're no longer willing to tolerate. And the reason that I'm only having you do 1 to 3 things, like 3 things that you want to focus on, 3 things that you're dropping, 1 to 3, is because we don't want to overwhelm the subconscious mind, okay? Your subconscious mind is in the old programming, and so I don't want you to feel like unsafe, right? You're like, oh my God, there's so much going on. I'm trying to create so much change, right? Because then that will default to old programming. But if you start with something, 1, 2, 3 things, right? And you focus on those, you're going to start noticing the difference. You're going to start noticing the patterns, the shifts, and you're going to want to continue. You're going to want to stay constant in that new way of being. Remember, start asking yourself hard questions. It's the one pattern, if you release today, would change how you showed up daily, right? I'm actually working with a client right now. She and I are working together to help her remove the habit of smoking. She has been smoking for years and she's ready to let it go. And so we're actually going to use this pattern called the swish pattern. It's a neurolinguistic programming technique that allows you to switch from some old pattern to that you don't want in your life anymore to something that you do. So I've done this with clients for like phone addiction, binge eating, and today I get to do it for helping her release this pattern of smoking. And I'm so excited for this because I know that this decision she's making is because she's ready to be her most radiant, confident person. She no longer wants to tolerate this habit. And so to be able to actually go through a technique that helps you release it on a subconscious level is just, it's so powerful. And this is something I do with my one-on-one clients. But again, she's ready to let it go. You have to be ready to let it go because if you still want to hold on to the baggage, the patterns are going to continue, okay? Now that you have asked yourself, well, what am I no longer wanting to tolerate? Who is it that you want to embody, okay? I realized the last time that I did the swish pattern, and I'm not going to lead you through this in the video, but these 2 questions will still help you be able to create change. The first one is, what do I no longer tolerate? And 2, who is it that I want to embody? Okay. But the last time I did the swish pattern, I was constantly in anxiety and I would binge eat. And usually it would be like, I would be in a really good place with my nutrition. And then I would say, oh my God, I really want something good. And I'd always break my diet or my clean eating with like chocolate chip ice cream. I no longer crave that. Like I'm no longer, like literally it was chocolate chip ice cream or anything chocolate mint. That's what I meant, chocolate mint ice cream or anything chocolate mint. And I would like binge eat it, like a whole tub. I no longer do that, okay? So think about who it is that you want to embody. What does she do instead of these old triggers, right? And it doesn't have to be like, oh, I don't want to be a people pleaser, so now I'm just gonna tell people to F off, right? Like how would she describe how she would respond in these moments when somebody asks her for a favor and she's like, I don't want to do it, right? Like how would she respond? Would guilt follow, or would she be in total excitement because instead she's going to take time to rest? She's going to take some time to do something that nourishes her. Or maybe she's going to start setting boundaries, right? So that she can become the most confident version of herself. So I want you to get clear on who is this person that I want to start embodying. What does she do? How does she talk? How does she look like? And I get more into this in the alter ego video that I posted, so you can go ahead and watch that in the description. But I hope that this video helped you to actually start looking at patterns that are keeping you in a loop. All right, so I'll leave you with that. Hope you have a great rest of your day. And if you love videos that are just straight up, I talk about all things personal growth, confidence, intentional living, please subscribe because I am trying to get to 100K But not just that. I just want to make videos that change people's lives. I too am in this journey. I don't want to show up like a perfectionist. This is why I'm posting these videos that are just like, I'm literally in a phone booth right now with this type of lighting, because I no longer want to hold myself back because I don't have the right setup, right? I have to sound perfect. I can't use my journal because it's going to be like, oh, she's using a script, right? Like all of that, the perfectionism, I dropped it because I've asked myself the hard questions. What is perfectionism doing? It's not getting me anywhere. It's just keeping me stuck. Okay. Right. I'll talk to you later. Bye.